Hi guys! So today I decided to do something fun, more like costume Halloween type thing. Halloween's only like 2 months away. That's not far. Here is my Mardi Gras themed makeup tutorial. I hope you like it. I had lots of fun. I glued these on with eyelash glue. I don't think I showed that part because it just took a while, but just put eyelash glue on there, let it sit, stick it on there. Once it gets kind of tacky, hold it on there. Usually it can hold quite a bit. These beads are large and heavy, so I'm surprised that it held it on. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was fun. And yeah, my blue wig looks like more like a blue mullet because my cat got a hold of it. Hope you had fun. Thank you for watching. Bye. So I already primed my face with the Nivea Aftershave Balm. So that's on my face right now. And then I'm going in with this Smashbox palette. It has a wax in it for your eyebrows. I could not find my glue stick because that would work way better, but I couldn't find it, so I tried to use this brow wax to put all over my brows to get it to push the brows down and be somewhat invisible. So I have waxed both brows, and now I'm going in with the this NYX pencil in the shade Milk, I believe. I will link it all down below. I just wanted to put this on there and blend it out to make those eyebrows, again, disappear. So I'll just use my finger to kind of blend it out so it's not just like a bunch of thick liner. Then I'm going to go in with a translucent powder. I'm using the Mary Kay translucent powder, but you can use any kind. I'm just going to pat this on top of my brows. These are all brushes that I have had. They're all used for costume makeup, so I don't ruin my other brushes. You could use any brush, just whatever brush you want to pack that translucent powder on. Then I'm going to take that Milk pencil again, and I'm going to outline my mask. So I'm going to make it the shape that I want it. I'm going to be putting a wig on, so I'm not too worried about my forehead because I know the wig is going to cover my forehead. I will still draw the line, but then looking back on it, I probably wouldn't have gone up my forehead. I was trying to make it look like a certain type of mask, like a Venetian mask, but you're really not going to see it, so it's kind of unnecessary. I could have just gone straight across. But for the look, I didn't practice it. I just did it on camera, and this is how it turns out. Then I'm going to take that Milk pencil again and just kind of fill in. I'm going to take my beauty blender afterwards to blend it all together, but I want to fill that in to get it definitely a lighter shade than my face. And then, like I said, I'm going to use, this is the Real Technique sponge, which I love. It's only like $5 at Target, so yeah, you should get it. And then I'm going to use the Urban Decay Weightless Naked Concealer. This I'm just going to add in so it's not completely white, but it's not the same color of my skin. It's still a shade lighter. And then again, I'm going to use that damp beauty blender to blend this all together. And it doesn't have to be too precise because we are going to outline it again with black, but I want to kind of create the shape and blend that all together so you can see where the mask is supposed to be before we draw on the black outline. Again, using that Real Technique sponge. Going to blend that all over under the eye, blend it out on the corners, mix it in with that Milk shade that we put all over. Now I'm going to take foundation. I'm going to add that all around the areas that we don't have the mask. Any darker foundation will do, just as long as it's not the same shade as what we've made the mask into. So I'm just going to kind of use my finger to apply a lot of it and dab that into the skin and make the lines around the mask with my finger, and then I can just blend it out. Instead of using a brush that's a little bit bigger, I'm just going to use my finger, and then I'll take the brush and push that into the skin and blend that around, just not blending it into the mask area. And this will kind of make a small outline so we have even clearer lines to add our mask outline to. Now I'm going to add concealer to my chin, under my nose, and my forehead where those red spots are. I'm still going to add concealer just to cover up areas and still highlight, even though I don't want my whole face to be the same color as the mask. My highlighting is going to be a little bit brighter, definitely. but I want to cover up those red spots, so I'm going to add the highlighter, and I'm going to bring it up the cheeks also, so when I bronze I have that transition from bronze to lights. Now we're going to go in with MAC Pro Emphasize. This is a shaping powder. I'm going to add that all around the face. Before I do though, I'm going to go back in with that damp beauty blender and make sure that everything's blended, because as you can see, that white and concealer has creased in my eye. There's those like white patches, so I'm going to use that beauty blender, wet sponge, whatever, to kind of blend that out, and then I'll take that emphasize powder and I'm going to put it all over the mask area to set all of that liquid that we put down. And then after that, I'm just going to be going in with powder. So just adding in as much emphasize as I can, packing it pretty tough on there. I just want it to be really light in the mask area and be well blended and set. Then I'm going to go in with the medium dark by MAC. This is a powder that's going to also set everything that I did not set with the emphasize, because I wanted the rest of my face to be darker. I'm using medium dark to blend and set everything with powder. And again, I'm going to bring this down onto my neck so everything can be dark and match. I don't want my neck to be super lighter than the rest of my face. So I'm going to add that down on the décolletage. Then I'm going to go in with NYX. This is a bronzer. This is a brush from the Kat Von D palette, from the Shade Light palette. And I'm just going to use this to bronze, because I still want to bronze even though technically we have a mask on over. We still want to bronze because we're not covering up that mask. And then I'm just going to bronze on the forehead where the mask is not sitting. And I'm going to make it pretty prominent on the side of my face just because we're wearing a mask, so why not? So add in that bronzer, blend it up and around the mask. Then I'm going to go in with a little bit of blush. This is a NARS blush. I cannot remember the shade. I will link it down below, but I'm just going to pretty much add that on top of the bronzer just to add a little bit of color, since I don't want to go up too high. Then I am going to bake my face. I'm going to bake under that contour, so it's a little bit sharper. So I'm just going to take that wet sponge and I'm going to add some translucent powder again to give it that sharp line. Now I'm going to go in with a NYX liquid liner. This liquid liner I'm just going to use to outline the whole shape of the mask. So this I'm pretty careful with. I just want to get the outline of the mask, and it's okay if you're inside of that white area. This is just going to help outline and make it look crisp and make it look like you actually have a mask on your face instead of just like a blended from dark to light. I did take a bronzer in that last part. It was just a bronzing stick and went around that area. You could use a bronzer with a brush. Any bronzer will work. I just happen to have a stick. It was I believe a sample that I got, so that's what I used. Now I'm going in with any brush. I actually switched brushes to an eyeshadow brush, but this is a MAC Gold Pigment. I will link it down below. I cannot remember the name of it. It came in a holiday collection, so hopefully they still have it. I'm not sure, but it did come with a few other colors and some glitter that I'm actually going to use in this as well. But I just cover that whole inside of that mask that gold pigment. And I did not spray this pigment. If I would have sprayed it with like a Max Fix Plus, it would have been even brighter and golder, but I did not. Then I'm going to go in with this purple shade from the Electric palette by Urban Decay. And I'm going to use, I did spray this to make it brighter purple. And I'm just going to use any blending brush. This is one that came from a palette that I never use because I try not to use my normal brushes for all this crazy stuff because I'm not going to go in with it later. But I do spray my brush and go in with that dark purple color from the Urban Decay palette and put that all over my lid and my crease, not coming down. I should say my upper lid. So from my brow bone down to my lid is where I use the purple. And I just blend that back and forth till I get it to where I want it. Blending. Now I'm going to go in with this green color here, also from the Electric palette, using a different brush. I'm going to spray this with the Fix Plus, and then I'm going to just press that into my lid, all over my lid, trying to get that as green as possible. Once I have that on both eyes, I'm going to use the Too Faced glitter glue, and this I'm going to put some green glitter on with, and so I'm just going to dab that onto my lid, and I'm going to take a flat brush, any flat brush. This is a random flat brush that I've had forever, as to not ruin it, and I'm going to tap that on top of that glitter glue, and as you can see, there's like no fallout, which is awesome. So I'm just going to tap that onto that lid and get that glitter in that area. And the Manny Makeup Geek Insomnia shade. I love the shade. It's beautiful. So it had some purple, it has some green, it has some red. I swear it has every shade in it, but I'm just going to put that underneath my lower lash line. Then I'm going to go in with this purple color from Urban Decay. It's like the 24/7 liner. It didn't work very well. I wish I had a different liner that was more like Bam purple, but I did put that in my waterline. And then with the NYX glitter liner, I'm going to go over my brows with this glitter, and I'm just going to kind of drag it up, being super sloppy, not really caring. That's why I covered up my brows, so I can just go in with this glitter and just make it look kind of fun just by adding glitter everywhere. You can make anything fun by adding glitter, right? I also go in with the Urban Decay metal liner, glitter liner, and I go back in because this is kind of more than one color. The last one was mostly gold. This one is got probably like every color, and it's got blue, green. It's pretty translucent when you turn. It's got all kinds of different shades in it. Then we're going to wipe that bakage off that we've had sitting there forever. And then I put these beads on. They were actually on a real Mardi Gras necklace that I cut, and then I put eyelash glue on my face and just press those on and then put this wig on. And then I'm going to use these Ardell, I believe they are, lashes. They're super cheap. They have some hint of blue in them. And then just with some eyelash glue, put those bad boys on, get them where I want them. Okay, now for the lips, I'm going to use Jeffree Star Blow Pony again. And I'm also going to take some shadows to go over this just to make it fun, make it, you know, the green, the gold, the purple, the Mardi Gras colors. So get this purple on there, and then I will blend some shadows on there to make it pop. And some glitter, you know, more glitter. Glitter all over. That's what makes me happy, glitter. Now again with that same purple shadow that we had on our lids, I'm going to just use any shading brush again. This is another Anastasia brush, I think, that came with the palette that I don't really use. Blend that on the outside of the lips, on the top and the bottom. And then I'll go in with that green color again, just to add that green in there. Like I said, I want it to be green, gold, purple, all those Mardi Gras colors. There you can see I'm just using a little bit of a smaller brush so I can blend that into the center of the lip. And then I'll go in with this gold from Wet n Wild, got it from the drugstore, just to tap on the center of those lips. And voila! We are done.